Hey everybody. So 2 minutes, 2 minutes before class starts, and we will start seated. So setting up your mat. I need to make a little adjustment on mine. Getting yourself set up, blanket or a block underneath of you if you like that, or if you're fine seated straight to the floor, you can stay in that upright seat. Allowing the eyes to gently close in this last minute as you come to the floor. And in your meditative seat, allow the mind to be meditative and the breath begin to deepen and slow. Just a minute before class officially starts. Feeling into the connection between the breath and the body. And feeling a sense of surrender in the mind. Just a break, a pause, a reprieve in the day. Pausing for the benefit of self and practice. And that may even come with a sense of gratitude, knowing that you're showing up for you in this moment, that you are a better human by taking this time for yourself, and the rest of your life will benefit as well. Allowing the shoulders to drop and be at ease. Allow the face to soften. Softening the close of the eyelids. Loosening the jaw. Whole face at ease. And let the breath deepen. I'm going to begin class with the Adi mantra followed by the Mangala Charan mantra, traditional Kundalini opening. If you're unfamiliar with these, you may just listen. If you want to give it a shot, they are repeated 3 times. Keep coming back, have it in a matter of no time. Bringing the hands to heart center in Anjali Mudra, a little rub of the palms. Creating a little bit of friction, a little bit of heat in the hands, stirring up that prana. And the hands come to stillness, thumbs resting at the sternum lifts high towards the thumbs. And we begin. Taking a big inhalation in. And smooth exhalation out of the nose. And inhale tunes us in. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Satgre Name, Jugatgre Name, Satgre Name, Siring Gurudeve Name. Satgre Name, Jugatgre Name, Satgre Name, Siring Gurudeve Name. Hatgre Name, Jugatkare Name, Satkare Name, Siringurudve Name. Inhale, draw that breath in, all the way in, holding the breath at the top of the inhalation, pausing, feeling the reverberation of the mantra, the sweetness of essence, the beingness inside. And an exhale right out of the nose. And transitioning back down onto our backs. We're going to start class on our backs. Taking the mantras with us, unity and community right from the beginning. As we curl the knees in towards the chest, we'll wrap the hands around the shins. Just give the knees a little squeeze in. It's going to lift that tailbone off the ground a bit. And then a little rock side to side. Then finding stillness on your back, interlacing the fingers, and then wrapping the hands around the right shin. Right foot is flexed. Inhale, that left foot high, leg as straight as can be, both feet flexed. And on an exhalation, extending through that heel as you take the left leg down towards the ground, hovering about an inch off the ground. Send that left heel out and away as you draw the right knee in a little bit closer. Keeping that dynamic force in the body will add movement. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, it drops. Using your pace, your breath, eyes closed once you have it so the gaze is internal. Inhale, the leg rises. Exhale, it falls, hovering about an inch off the ground. Keep extending that left heel out and away from the left hip. And keep drawing that right knee in a little bit closer. Nice and steady here. Just warming up the body, hip crease, hip flexor, low abdomen, getting the breath and the heart starting to pump. Three, two, and one. Inhale that left leg high, reach through the heel. And exhale, draw that left knee in. Switching sides, interlacing the hands around the left shin. Left foot is flexed. Inhale, that right leg high. Right foot is flexed. And on an exhalation, slowly taking it down. Hovering an inch off the ground with that right heel. Reaching through that right heel, sending it away. Drawing that left knee in. Keeping that dynamic force. Inhale. And exhale, rise and fall of the legs with the breath, with the leg, with the breath. Keeping the arc of that heel extending away the entire time. There you go. Nice and steady. Inhale, the leg rises. Exhale, it falls. Three, two, and one. Inhale, right leg high. And exhale, curl the knees into the chest, hands on the shins, little rock side to side. And then stillness in the center, feet come flat down to the floor. Planting the feet on the floor, the knees are high. Inhale, you're going to lift the hips. Palms are going to turn face down. Palms go underneath the butt. And as you exhale, you'll rest the butt on the tops of the back of the hands. Inhale, drawing the knees in towards the chest. And then on an exhalation, left leg goes long, right knee stays in. On an inhalation, left knee comes in, right leg goes long. So you're inhaling right long, exhaling left long. And pistoning the legs as you go. Inhaling right, exhaling left. Still warming up the body, really beginning to work with our tapas, our fire, our inner heat. Today's Kriya, this month's Kriya practice, is the Kriya for detoxification. We're going to be using the apana energy, the apana vayu, the downward excreting force in the body. But first, we're going to build a little fire in our belly, stoking that fire, getting the heat built in the body so we have a little bit of oomph as we go through the rest of the practice. Nice and steady. Inhaling right, exhaling left. It's for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, both legs come straight out, hovering about a foot off the ground, pointing the toes, holding the breath. And exhale, knees bend, feet flat to the floor. Inhale, deep into the belly. And exhale, smooth, let it out. Beautiful, transitioning right into the next pose after that breath. Inhale, both legs high, feet together, feet are flexed. Exhale, drop both legs to the floor or close to it. Inhale, they rise. Exhale, they fall. So nice and steady with your breath at your pace. If this feels, oh my God, this is too much for me, you bend the knees and you lift half the weight of the legs. Make it a little bit smaller, a little bit slower, and stay with it to the best of your ability. If you need to take a break and come back in when you're ready. Keeping that low back glued to the ground as best you can. Keeps the low back safe. That's why our hands are positioned where they are. Beautiful. You've got it. Not much more. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, keep going, 3, almost there, 2, and 1. Inhale, both legs high, feet flexed. And exhale, feet come flat to the floor. Inhale, little lift of the hips, palms turn face up. And as you exhale, let the legs go long, extending a little bit wider than the mat, so a little wide leg. And deep into the belly you breathe. Feel the rush and the flush through the system. You can feel that fire, that heat in the navel center. With the eyes closed, pay attention to what's going on in the belly and feel that charge begin to dissipate down the legs, around the back. Just notice, just for a moment, where is the energy concentrated and where does it go when we pause? Beautiful. And on the next exhalation, you'll curl the knees into the chest, give them a little squeeze in, little rock side to side. And then a little rock front to back. And we'll roll right up to a comfortable seat as we transition into Sufi grinds. So palms face down on the knees. I'm going to inhale as we circle forward and exhale as we circle back. Inhaling forward, exhaling back. That's the motion. Connecting to Mother Earth, rooting down from the waist down. Heart is free, circling around the bowl of the waist as if we were taking a big chocolate cake and mixing that spoon around with our spine. Delicious, beautiful cake. There you go. Making sure you're mixing it real good. Rooting down, grounding down into the earth, connecting with the breath, eyes closed. Feel the movement. And a lot of times we start off with this motion for warming up, but after doing that 3-part abdomen firing, you can feel it is different with that fire, with that heat already built. There you go. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, upright, nice and tall. May even feel like you're still circling as you pause. And exhale, letting go of the breath. And we'll reverse the circle. Inhale in the opposite direction. Exhale as you go back. So we're just reversing the circle. Inhaling forward, exhaling back. Nice and steady. Steady movement, steady breath. There's no gym, there's no rush, there's no getting it wrong. There's really no getting it right. You're gliding with your breath, feeling into your body. Only you can experience you. And Kundalini Yoga is all about awareness. It's all about becoming more in touch with what's going on with you, in you. Paying attention. Nice and steady. And see this time when we come to our pause, when we come to our stop, just feel, notice, where is the energy moving? Does it still feel like you're circling? For 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, upright. That's a full breath in, little pause at the top. And then a smooth, steady exhalation out of the nose. Hands slide down onto the shins. We're going to move into spinal flex. So with the hands on the shins, we're going to inhale, tilting the pelvis forward. Heart comes with it. Exhale, pelvis tilts back, heart goes back. Chin slightly locked to keep the head in alignment so the chin stays parallel to the floor as best you can. Inhale forward, exhale back. Little rocking motion. The mechanism of action here is right from the tilt of the pelvis. Pelvis tilts forward, pelvis tilts back, heart comes for the ride. The breath is important. It is audible. It is a little bit burly. It's a catch and throw breath. So we inhale and we exhale. There's a little pause at the top, a little hang time, a little pause at the bottom, a little hang time. There you go. And once you have the mechanics of it, soften. Let it be more of a glide, a metronome. There you go. Maybe you had a smile onto your face. Because it feels good. It feels good to be alive. It feels good to be moving. It feels good to be breathing. It feels good to be in a room sharing space and practice with other individuals. There we go. Let it roll through you. That's it. You ride it and it rides you. There you go. Yeah. Keep the motion, keep the breath, allow the hands to go out onto the knees. A little higher up now, the spine is a little freer in the thoracic area. Heart moving a little bit more forward, a little bit more back here. See if you can pay attention as we move through each of the Kriyas. Where is the energy concentrating? Where is it going next? This is a much more skilled approach to Kundalini, but you can start it at any point in your journey. Just paying attention to those inner awarenesses. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Big inhale, upright, nice and tall. Full breath in, little pause at the top. Keep the upward lift in the body and a smooth exhalation out of the nose. Feel, pause, experience the self, the Satnam, the essence of essence within us that we are. I like to get a little higher for the next posture. So I take my seat on my blanket just to lift the hips up a little bit. If you're fine flat to the floor, stay flat to the floor. If you want a little lift, a little blanket, a little block underneath your waist, just to get a little higher, get a little bit more comfortable. Inhale, the hands wide out and up. Exhale, the hands come resting onto the shoulders. Fingertips forward, thumbs back, and they are touching the shoulders if they can. Elbows stay at shoulder height. Little inhale, we twist to the left. Little exhale, we twist to the right. Same catch and throw breath. Head turns side to side with the motion. Elbows stay at shoulder's height as best you can the entire time. I'm noticing that my spine is nice and loose today, not always the case. Oh, it feels so good. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Big inhale, center, full breath. Get a little taller. And on an exhalation, palms turn face down, landing on the knees. Allowing the eyes to blink open, taking a look at your elbows. I want you to slide the palms back onto the thighs so the elbows come in exact alignment with the trunk of the body. Typically, most people, when the hands are on the knees, the elbows will be a little bit forward. So just want you to take a look, slide them back, elbows in line with the trunk on either side. This is going to keep the shoulder girdle in a great alignment. I'm going to inhale, shoulders shrug up towards the ears. Exhale, they drop. So easy motion. You don't need a lot of force. It doesn't have to be aggressive. It can if you want it to be. You can really grunt your face and clench your teeth and really go to town here if you want. Probably for about 20 seconds. And then that'll get tired and that will get old and that angst and anxiety and force will come out of you. And maybe that's what you need right now. Or you can be a little bit softer, a little bit more gentler in your approach. Nice and steady. There's an electrical charge, a firing of the muscles. We hold a lot of tension and anxiety in our shoulders. And as we do this, we're actively releasing some of that tension with the breath and with the drop of the shoulders. Each muscle firing, that electrical charge rolls through us. And each exhale, as we let it out in the breath and we let the shoulders down, that charge dissipates. It releases. It lets go. So this is about letting go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale. The shoulders shrug up towards the ears. And we hold the breath. We hold that position. Keep it held. Let it build. And exhale. The shoulders come down, sliding the hands back onto the knees. Inhale, turning the chin to the left shoulder. Exhale, slowly turning the chin to the right shoulder. Moving with the breath. Inhale, chin, gaze turns to the left shoulder. Exhale, smooth, steady, chin turns to the right shoulder. In to the left. Out to the right. This time when we end up right, stay right. Inhale right as we reverse the breath. Exhale left. Inhale right. these gentle neck turns. Inhaling right. Exhaling left. Inhale right. Exhale left. Smooth, steady. Last one as we turn to the left. And then an inhale, center. A new sense of clarity. Beautiful. It's what we are. We're beautiful. Coming up to standing. Coming up any way that you want. Just making your way up to standing. I always need to adjust my mat at this point, because apparently my butt moves it. So when you come up to standing, we're going to give a little shake in the hands, a little shake in the waist, a little shake in the legs. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out wide, shake it out in front, and then shake it up high. And inhale, keeping the hands high, planting the feet hips width distance apart, maybe a little bit wider. As we exhale, fingers interlace, hands go behind the head, elbows are wide. Big inhale, full breath. And as we exhale, we're going to squat down, taking the hips towards the heels. Inhale, we rise. Exhale, we fall. Nice and steady with the breath. If your squat needs to be small, let it be small. Just a little bend in the knees will do you. Moving with the breath, keeping it safe. Inhale and exhale. If you can, taking the hips all the way to the heels or as far down as you can go. Everybody's body's different. Be in your body. Be with your breath. Move as you can. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last one. Inhale, rise, big full breath, big full breath. And an exhale, the hands slowly fall down to the sides, palms face forward. And normal breath, let the breath go wherever it needs. Breathe, a little racy. And we're coming down onto our backs. So making your way onto your back, and as you come onto your back, palms are going to go face down. Palms are face down on either side of the waist. We're going to bring the heels together, flex the feet. Toes are now pointed up towards the sky. On an inhalation, toes are going to point out right and left. So we're just going to open. Exhale, toes up. Inhale, out. Keeping the heels together as best you can, this begins the Kriya for detoxification. Starting with activating right through the feet. Steady as you go, eyes closed once you have it. So it should be a little quick, but you want it to be controlled. You don't want it to be super sloppy. And to set the pace, we'll get faster in the last 30 seconds. Really feel into it. As we inhale, toes point out and away, right and left. As we exhale, toes point back up, keeping the heels together as best you can. After about a minute of it, you start to really feel the internal rotation muscles of the legs right out of the hips. Why? Because we don't use these muscles enough, especially as we get older. As we drive cars and we sit Yoga is one of the best things to get into those places that normally wouldn't get touched in our modern adult lives. And Kundalini, in my experience, tends to find all those places if you practice it long enough. It's like, look at those muscles. I didn't know those were there. Let's sit here for 3 minutes. Work on them. Guys are doing great, staying with it. Last 30 seconds as fast as you can. Really go, really go, really go. Let it go as fast as you can. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Big inhale. And an exhale. Just let the legs completely loose. Let the breath be free. Feel the rush and the flush through the legs. There is literally a downward force that happens here. You can feel it riding down the legs, down, out the feet. This is the apana vayu, the downward excreting wind, the eliminating force in the body. Then push into the heels so we can lift the hips slightly. Palms face down again underneath the butt. We've practiced this one. Keeping the low back glued to the ground as best you can. That doesn't mean that the low back stays completely on the ground. It just means we're using the corset of the abdomen to push a downward force so that low back is constantly working towards the ground or on it. That keeps the low back safe. We're going to lift the feet about a foot off the ground, toes point. And we're going to begin to kick like we're swimming. Right? This can be a lot, especially if you're not used to this type of motion. Keep it going. We're here for 2 minutes. Right? So at any point you need to, you can let the heels drop to the ground. Take a couple rounds of breath and then come back in when you are ready, when it feels okay. If you've got the whole 2 minutes in you, and everybody that's been coming all 3 weeks, I expect this out of you at this point. You've got it. Of course you do. You've got me, I've got you, we've got each other. And steady kicking. Just know that if you need to take a break, it is completely acceptable. It is completely what your body needs and demands of you right now. Listen to it. Take a break, take a couple rounds of breath, come back in. That's not failure. That's a break, a rest. Rest is a perfectly natural part of striving and achieving. Right? We have to rest in order to reach our goals. So, if rest is calling you, let it be a restful day. If you can stay in there, stay in there. Keep those toes pointed, keep it going. Nice and steady, long, deep breath. You've got it. You've got it. Under a minute. How easy. Ha! You got it. Keep pointing through the toes, really activating that point of the toes. There you go. Low back working towards the ground. Got it. Got it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, point the toes, hold the breath. And exhale, feet come flat to the floor. Releasing the palms, palms face up. And a round of breath deeply into the belly, disengaging the abdomen, allowing the diaphragm to drop. And smooth exhalation back to normal breath. A little bit of a pause just to notice, to feel in. But not much, because we move right to the next posture. Rolling around onto the belly. Belly comes to the floor, hands on either side of the chest. Chin stays slightly tucked for this. So you want to have the gaze looking down. Tops of the feet pushing into the floor. Doesn't need to be a strong push, but a bit of an anchor with the tops of the feet here. We're going to stick the tongue out, and we're going to push up on an exhale to the highest cobra we can manage safely in our body. Exhale, inhale, we're going to come back to the earth. Exhale, inhale. Tongue stays out the entire time. You move at your pace. Like I said, my back's feeling nice and loose, so I've got a lot of pliability here today. I can feel it. So I'm going to be a little quicker than maybe I was last week. You move at your pace. It is entirely your practice. You're pulling right now from the pit of the abdomen, really the base of the bowl of the pelvis, right out of the throat chakra, right out of the mouth, letting it out like a lion's roar. Anything stuck, anything stagnant in your system, let it out of the mouth. If it needs to be a baby cobra, just come up to a baby cobra. You're doing what is right in your body. Keep it going. Halfway there. You've got it. Tops of the feet stay anchored into the ground. Breath strong. Breath steady. Let it out, let it out, let it out. Don't carry it with you. Detoxifying, the energy release, anything that's stuck and stagnant in the body. Get it out with the breath. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, release down, slide the hands forward. Taking the fingertips towards the elbows, and then resting the forehead onto the forearms, and breathe. Let it out, let it out. There's a flush. Everything about what we're doing is about rinsing and clearing the system. The Kriya for detoxification does exactly that. Like a dish rag that's done a fantastic job and needs rinsing. Just a twist, a rinse, a clearing, a letting go, a release of any debris so we can be clean, starting back at neutral, back at 0. A great practice coming off of 2020, moving into 2021. Letting go of what is unneeded, what has been washed and cleared and rinsed can now go. Beautiful. Flipping over, right onto our backs. Very little pause in between these for a reason. Palms face down again, right on either side of the waist. On the inhalation, we're going to inhale, the knees come up, and the hands go straight up facing towards the ceiling. On an exhalation, back down. In and out. Keep the low back safe. Move at your pace. This is as fast as you can go safely. Right? So start slow. Maybe you could go a little faster than me. Maybe you go a little slower than me. But you move your body in a way that makes sense. Definitely a massage on the internal organs as we do this. As we inhale, that diaphragm drops, creating like a little pressure chamber, a little squeeze, a little pressure on the organs here. Which creates a detoxification, rinsing effect in them as they excrete the toxins into the interstitial fluid that surrounds them, and then the breath and the blood get those out of the system. 3, 2, 1. And an exhale, legs go long. Big inhale, deep belly breathing. And an exhale there. Inhale, curling knees into the chest. And on an exhalation, we're going to roll front to back. So we roll right up, coming to a comfortable seat onto the floor again. Palms are face down on the knees one more time. And we're going to do a motion that's like Sufi grinds that we started with. But it's not that. So I'll explain. Right in front of us on a clock, as if we were sitting on a clock face, there's 12 o'clock right in front of us. So 12 o'clock's here, 1 o'clock's here, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, right? 12, 1, 2, 3. That would be clockwise. Counterclockwise is the opposite direction of that. It's the best way I can describe this at a distance. So palms face down onto the knees. We're going to be moving in a counterclockwise direction right from the pit of the abdomen. So just the belly is churning here, keeping the heart high. So long, slow, deep breathing. Like I said, it's like Sufi grinds, except we're keeping the spine tall. There you go. That's it. That's what you're looking for, right there. Just churning through the belly, churning through the abdominal section. A rinse, a clearing. Again, one of my favorite motions in Kundalini Yoga. And it's always done counterclockwise in Kriyas like this. And the reason for that is counterclockwise, like a toilet, running, rinsing, letting go, right? Downward motion. And all the rest of the postures that we've done in this practice leads us to this one, and this one leads us to the next one. And they're all very, very intrinsically designed, stacked, to create this effect, this detoxification that we will have using the endocrine system, rinsing and clearing, working with different organs as we take the different positions. All stuff that can be gone into and explained at a later time if you're interested. But for now, just trust it for 3. Trust and feel. 2. Trust and feel and experience. 1. Inhale, big full breath. And an exhale, slow release. Notice the difference from the time we began to the way you feel now. This is what Kundalini Yoga is and does. It works. It really, really does. Coming up to standing, bringing a block with you. If you don't have a block, a book will work. If you don't have a block or a book, you may not need it because you may be more flexible than I am. So coming to standing, this time the feet are hips width distance apart, not wider. Hips width distance apart. Inhale, the hands wide out and up. And on an exhalation, we're going to fold, full forward fold. So we're either going to grab the block or we're going to grab onto the ankles and keep a solid hold of the ankles. We're going to be moving towards squat. So from forward fold towards squat. Hands are either on the block or steady on the ankles. Exhaling here. Inhale, squat. Exhale, fold. Last rinse of the practice. In and out. And in and out. Move like a prayer in motion. Feel the sacredness of this part of the practice. This last final rinse after all the work we've done to get here. The letting go, the releasing, putting back into the earth what we don't need, and standing on that solid ground that supports us as we return to neutral, letting go, releasing, clearing out what's not needed, detoxifying ourselves and coming back to the purity of our own existence, our essence. For 3, 2, And one last fold. Inhale, rise up nice and slow, hands high. And an exhale, hands slowly fall down to the sides, palms face forward. Oh, so good. And making our way down to a comfortable seat. As we come to that seat, we want to build a structure. Whether that's on your meditation cushion, whether that's on a block or a blanket, build a seat that you're going to be able to maintain and be comfortable in. And we move to the last part of the practice, which is chant. Nad yoga, the yoga of sound, an echoing of vibration within us and around us, like a fine-combed toothbrush going into all the little places we can't reach with anything other than sound current. We'll be saying the chant, Sat Nam Waheguru. Sat meaning truth, the essence. In yogic philosophy, this is God in its purest form, that which existed and became all other things, but will always be in that place of existence, has nothing to do with material reality, is the absolute truth from which all things are born and come forth. This is the Sat. Nam means legacy, our existence, our name, Nam, name, right? Our lineage. We come from that truth. Sat Nam, we are that truth. Waheguru. Waheguru is the Gurmukhi word for the knowledge of this truth, right? The knowledge of the Sat Nam is so unbelievable, we can't even speak it. So we have this word, Waheguru, which means, wow, that's amazing. I am that truth. I am a piece of the essence of essence itself. And that's so amazing. That's Waheguru. So we're going to be saying Satnam Waheguru in remembrance and recognition of this truth. After we've detoxified and cleared, we come back to zero, and now we begin to fill the cup with the most primary important thing in our existence, knowing what we truly are, the essence of essence itself. So in a monotone voice, we're going to be saying Satnam 6 times and Waheguru once. I'll start. You guys join in whenever you're ready. Vocalize this, please. It really makes a difference. Make your sound your vibration. Allowing the eyes to be closed. Sitting up nice and tall. Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Waheguru. Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Waheguru. Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Waheguru. Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Waheguru. Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Waheguru. Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Waheguru. Keep chanting, keep your pace, keep your rhythm, a monotone voice. Make it as if you were whispering to a lover. You're the lover. You're who you're speaking to. remembering this amazing, powerful truth about you, that you are the essence of essence. It's echoing inside of you. It's echoing around you. Every cell in your body is receiving and listening to this message. Let it embody you. Keep repeating it. You're becoming this. This is literally bodybuilding. You're building your body with this phrase, this meaning, this vibration, echoing inside and outside. Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Vaheguru. Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Vaheguru. Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Vaheguru. Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Vaheguru. Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Vaheguru. Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Vaheguru. Sat Nam, 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 Vaheguru. Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Vaheguru. Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Vaheguru. Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Vaheguru. Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Vaheguru. Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Vaheguru. Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Vaheguru. And as time goes on, as the repetition of this makes home within inside of us, the level of peace that comes along with it is notable, it's distinguishable. It really begins to set in and take root inside of us. This phrase echoing every cell, listening, receiving the blessing, the grace. We are the essence of essence itself, and that is amazing. Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Vaheguru. Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Vaheguru. Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Vaheguru. Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Vaheguru. Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Vaheguru. Last round. Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Waheguru. Big inhale. Smooth exhalation. Let it go. Inhale, hands wide out and up, palms touch above the head. Hold that breath. Keep the palms together. Stay held. A little bit longer breath hold here. And an exhalation, slowly let the exhale out. Slowly the hands come down. Fingertips just touching the ground, re-grounding the energy into the earth. Inhaling there, keeping the heart high. Exhaling there, letting the breath go. Inhale, hands wide, out and up, palms to touch. Hold the breath, gentle pressure, palm to palm. Keep it held, let it build. Hold. And an exhalation, slowly now, slowly the hands come down. Fingertips touching the ground. Inhaling. And exhaling. One last time. Inhale, hands up, palms touch. Hold the breath. Keep it in, hold it. And exhale, releasing the breath, releasing the hands, coming back to the earth slowly. Fingertips graze the floor, re-grounding the energy. Inhaling. And exhaling. Slowly transitioning onto your backs for Shavasana. Resting in the silence. It's such a sweet Shavasana, such a sweet transition. Taking that chant, detoxified, rinsed clean, purified, and refilled with goodness and grace. Absorb, integrate, take it in. Like a sponge, soaking in the echoes of your vibration and effort. Drink it in. approaching the other fingertips one at a time, slowly sliding the thumbs across the other fingertips. And then wiggling the fingers, wiggling the toes, and bringing the hands together in front of the heart center to rub the palms. Keeping the hands rubbing, you'll lift the feet off the ground. The soles of the feet come together like the palms, and rubbing the feet and the hands at the same time. And a big inhale, stretching the hands long, stretching the legs long, reach. And an exhale over onto the right side into the fetal position, taking a round of cleansing breath. Reborn, something new, a new version of you. And making your way up to a comfortable seated posture. Blanket or block underneath of you if you need it. Hands coming to touch, and Anjali Mudra right at the heart. Inhale, hands wide, out and up, palms touch overhead. I am happy. Exhale, hands landing at the heart. Inhale, hands wide, out and up, palms touch. I am healthy. Exhale, hands centering at the heart. Inhale, hands wide, out and up, palms touch. I am holy. Exhale, hands to heart. And out loud, repeat after me. I embody grace so fully that all who I meet feel its presence. Hands to the forehead center. We close with one long Sat, one short Nam. We are truth. Inhaling. Sat. Nam. Satnam, fantastic yogis. Thank you for joining me on a Friday afternoon. Very great practice. I'm sure you feel amazing. I know I do. I absolutely love this Kriya, and it's gotten deeper and better as we've gone on with it. If you have any questions, I am on camera for a little while. If you guys want, I will come unmute everybody and you can ask questions. If not, I'll see you next time. Come join tomorrow. Why would you not want more of this? At 11 a.m. tomorrow morning. So Fridays and Saturdays, you guys can have some Kundalini. Thank you so much. I'll see you around the campus, or I'll talk to you right now. Thanks, guys.